Most people think a cruise cabin steward is just like hotel housekeeping. They clean your room, make the bed, and replace the towels. But on a cruise, they actually do so much more. From secret comforts to surprising requests, your steward can make your entire trip more enjoyable. Some of these extras aren't advertised anywhere. You have to know to ask. Today, we'll reveal the surprising things experienced cruisers request from their cabin stewards. And stick around until the end, because the last one is a service almost no first-timer realizes is possible. You walk into your cabin and see the little ice bucket sitting neatly on the counter. Most first-time cruisers assume it will be filled automatically every day. But that's not always the case anymore. Cruise lines realize that many passengers never use it, so stewards often skip the refill. If you want a steady supply of ice for drinks or medicine, you'll need to ask. The smartest move is to mention it to your steward on the very first day. That way, it becomes part of their routine, and you'll never be left with an empty bucket. Cruise ship beds are comfortable for many people, but not for everyone. Sometimes they feel a little too firm, or there's an awkward seam when two twin beds are pushed together. That's where a mattress topper comes in. Your steward can add an extra layer of padding to make the bed softer and more inviting. It's a simple request that can completely change the quality of your sleep. Experienced cruisers know to ask right away instead of spending nights tossing and turning. A good night's rest makes the entire cruise so much better. When you first step into your cabin, you'll usually find just 2 sets of towels neatly folded in the bathroom. That works fine for a couple, but it's not enough if you're cruising with kids or extra guests. Even 2 adults might want more, especially if you like having a fresh towel for showers, the pool, or the spa. The good news is your steward can easily provide extras whenever you need them. Just ask on day 1, and they'll make sure your bathroom is stocked for the rest of the trip. It's a small detail, but one that makes life much easier during the cruise. Many cruise lines allow you to bring a bottle of wine on board, but once you're in your cabin, you may realize you don't have a way to open it. That's when your steward can save the day. You can request a corkscrew, and in many cases, they'll provide one to borrow. Sometimes you may even get a cruise-branded corkscrew left in the room. It's one of those little extras that isn't advertised, but makes enjoying a glass of wine on your balcony so much easier. If you plan on sipping wine or champagne in your cabin, regular water glasses just don't feel right. The good news is your steward can bring proper wine glasses straight to your room. Some cruisers head to the bar to grab a pair, but asking your steward is often easier. They'll make sure you have clean glasses ready whenever you need them. It's a simple request that makes those balcony sunsets feel a little more special. And unlike packing your own, you won't have to worry about breakage in your suitcase. Stepping onto your balcony in the morning with a coffee feels even better in a cozy bathrobe. Some cruise lines provide them automatically, but others only bring them if you ask. Your steward can usually deliver one to your cabin within the day. On certain ships, robes are limited to higher cabin categories or loyalty members, but it never hurts to ask. And remember, the robes are for use during your cruise only. Take one home and you'll be charged. Still, for many cruisers, a soft bathrobe is a small luxury that makes the cabin feel more like home. Cruise ship beds come with just a couple of standard pillows. That's fine for some guests, but others prefer more support or a different style. If you need extra pillows, or find the ones provided too firm or too soft, just let your steward know. They often have a selection of spares and can adjust your setup to make the bed more comfortable. It's an easy way to sleep better without packing bulky pillows from home. Experienced cruisers know this small request can make a big difference in cabin comfort. When you first open the closet in your cabin, you'll usually see about 10 hangers waiting for you. That's fine for a short trip, but on a longer cruise, it won't be enough. If you packed several outfits or want to keep dresses, shirts, and jackets wrinkle-free, you'll need more. Instead of stuffing clothes together or folding everything, simply ask your steward for extra hangers. They'll usually bring them right away, and often as many as you need. It's a simple fix that helps keep your cabin organized and your clothes looking fresh all cruise long. Cruise cabins can sometimes feel a little warm or stuffy, especially at night. That's why many travelers like to have a small fan for extra airflow. Some cruisers have had luck asking their steward to bring one to the room, but not every cruise line officially provides them. and policies vary. Carnival, for example, has said they no longer offer fans, though some guests still report receiving them. If a fan is a must for your comfort, the safest option is to bring a small travel fan of your own. It's one of those items where asking your steward might work, but being prepared is even better. Cruise cabins usually come with a standard duvet or comforter on the bed. That works fine for most guests, but sometimes, you want something extra. Carnival cruisers often rave about the soft blue fleece blanket that many stewards can provide on request. Other lines may offer lighter throws, which are just perfect for sitting out on the balcony at night, or sailing to cooler destinations like Alaska. If you don't see one in your cabin, just ask. Your steward may be able to bring a spare. It's a cozy touch that makes relaxing in your room or watching the ocean from the balcony even better. Cabins aren't known for having lots of outlets. If you use a CPAP machine or have several devices to charge, you may quickly run out of plugs. That's where an extension cord comes in, but you don't always need to pack your own. If you note your needs when booking, your steward can often provide an extension cord for medical devices. They can also help arrange distilled water for CPAP machines, which is available for purchase on board. It's always best to request these items before sailing so they're waiting in your cabin. But even if you forget, your steward is the person who can make sure you get what you need. When you walk into your cabin, the beds and furniture may not be set up the way you expected. Sometimes two twins are pushed together as a queen, or a queen is split into twins. If you need it switched, your steward can easily take care of it before the evening. They can also set up or put away sofa beds or trundle beds if you're traveling with kids. And if a coffee table or chair feels like it's taking up too much space, you can ask for it to be removed. These small adjustments can make your cabin feel larger and more comfortable for your stay. Some cruisers need a safe way to dispose of medical needles while on board. Many cabins already have a sharps container placed in the bathroom, but not always. If you don't see one, your steward can bring one to your room on request. It's a simple but important service that helps keep both you and the crew safe. For anyone traveling with medication that requires injections, this is a must-have item to ask about on day one. Cruise ship bathrooms are compact, and standing in the shower isn't always comfortable for everyone. For guests with mobility concerns, a shower seat can make a big difference. Some cabins already have one installed, especially accessible rooms. But if yours doesn't, your steward may be able to bring a portable seat for your stay. It's not guaranteed on every ship, but it's always worth asking. Experienced cruisers know that requesting one early can make daily routines much easier. One of the little joys of cruising is coming back to your cabin and finding a towel animal waiting on the bed. Some cruise lines still make them regularly, while others only do it on certain nights. If you or your kids love them, you can always ask your steward to make more. They may not appear every night, but most stewards are happy to add a few extra. It's a small touch, but for many guests, it's one of the most memorable parts of the cruise experience. Most cruise lines now provide daily schedules through their mobile apps. But, a lot of passengers still prefer a printed version they can carry with them. If you don't find one in your cabin, your steward can usually bring extra copies. It's a simple request, but it really helps you keep track of shows, activities, and dining times without always pulling out your phone. For families or groups, having multiple planners means everyone can follow their own schedule. It's an old-school trick that still works for cruisers who like paper in hand. If you're cruising with friends or family in the cabin next door, you don't have to stay divided by a wall. Many ships have partitions between balconies that can be opened by the crew. Just ask your steward, and in most cases, they'll arrange to unlock it for you. This turns two small balconies into one larger shared space, perfect for socializing. It's not available on every ship or every sailing, but when it is, it really makes the cabin feel more connected. Experienced cruisers know this request is one of the easiest ways to make adjoining cabins even better. While room service isn't handled directly by your steward, they can help guide you on what's available. Some cruise lines still offer free continental breakfast in the mornings, while others charge for most items. Your steward can provide the order forms or explain the options so you don't miss out. They might even remind you of the hours or the best times to avoid delays. For late-night snacks or breakfast in bed, knowing what's included makes a big difference. It's a small perk that, honestly, a lot of first-time cruisers overlook until someone points it out. Your cabin steward does far more than make the bed and replace towels. From extra pillows to balcony partitions, they can make your cruise more comfortable in dozens of ways. The key is simple. Don't be afraid to ask. Stewards are there to help, and most will go above and beyond to make your trip special. So on your next sailing, take a moment to meet your steward, learn their name, and let them know what you need. If you found these tips helpful, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Because in the next video, we'll uncover even more cruise secrets that can transform your vacation.